Baseball was created in the summer of 1839 by a man named Abner Doubleday during the Civil War. The basics of baseball is played by two teams with each having 9 innings in which they attempt to score runs. Each inning, the batting team sends one player known as the batter. Each team bats until 3 players are out. While that is happening, the opponent will have 9 players on the field trying to prevent the hitter from scoring. A run is scored by a runner reaching home base after having to touch first, second, and third base. Only one runner is allowed on a base each time. First, second, and third base are at each corner of the field, including home plate. Each base is exactly 90 feet away from each other. In each play, there is a pitcher in the center of the field throwing the ball to the batter at the home base. After leaving the pitcher's hand, the baseball is influenced by 3 forces: gravity, drag, and Magnus force. The Magnus force is a commonly observed effect in which a spinning ball or cylinder curves away from its principal flight path. Gravity pulls the ball downwards, drag slows the ball down, and the Magnus force depends on the pitch. As the ball spins in the flight path, pressure variations form on it, and the Magnus effect generates a force perpendicular to the motion of the ball in the direction of the spin. A few examples that the baseballs can be thrown are fastballs, curveballs, and the knuckleball. Fastballs are the easiest pitches to throw as they are only slightly affected by the Magnus force. This is the most favorite type of pitch amongst pitchers, and it is the one thrown the most. A curveball goes through only 3.4 inches of deviation from a straight line drawn between the pitcher's hand and the catcher's glove. However, the perspective of the batter shows that the ball seems to be curved further than it actually is. The way this is done is right before the ball is thrown, the pitcher snaps their wrist into a turning motion. The knuckleball is the most majestic pitch of all. However, the Magnus effect is actually its enemy. A knuckleball is ideally thrown to rotate just once on its way to the catcher, but this is the most difficult one to do. Now after the ball is thrown, the job falls to the batter to attempt to hit the ball. In hitting the baseball, the energy from the bat is transferred to the ball. However, most of the energy is used to stop the baseball only for a split second. Due to both the bat and the ball going opposite directions, the rest of the energy transferred causes the ball to move in the opposite direction, thus causing it to be hit towards the field. As the ball is hit back towards the field, it then causes there to be a projectile. A projectile is simply an object that is acted upon by gravity. In this scenario, the projectile path is a parabola. This is only one of the 2 ways a ball may be hit. The other way is called a pop fly, which is not preferred because the ball is hit straight up into the air and then comes down in a state of free fall. Typically, it is the easiest way to get yourself out of scoring. The ball will not go into a state of free fall until it has reached the highest point. Then it goes into a downward movement under the force of gravity. In conclusion, there are many factors that play a role in the sport of baseball.
Now that classmates of 1A was a bad throw.
Now that, classmates, was a bad swing.